How's everyone doing out there? Taryn, we join in a little bit. Hopefully everyone's doing well. Wednesday here. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. Excited for our show. Just a couple of announcements. Obviously, we show this evening, a show on Friday as well, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And as well on Friday is the world premiere, I guess, per se, of my documentary called Who Am I? The Journey to Finding My Focus. So it'll be on YouTube. It'll be on my YouTube channel, Focus Health and Wellness. And it'll premiere 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I don't know why I can't speak today. There will be a show going on at that time as well, but you can certainly watch after the show, or if you don't want to watch the show, you can certainly watch it during the show. So either way, and I'll be reminding everyone about that. So very excited about the documentary coming out. People have always asked or wondered about me, who I actually am as a person, and you finally get to see it. It's unfiltered. There's no glitz, no glamour. It's just me sitting there talking about my life and how I grew up and just how I found my focus. So yeah, really excited about that, really nervous, but we're going to be able to see it. So let me get Taryn in here and then we can get started in a little bit. I don't know why I get weak, why weak is stuck in my head from TLC. How you doing?
Whoa, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. We'll give people a minute or two, especially to join in on your end, to
Perfect.
join us. Yeah. How are you? How's everything out there?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm happy that like when I join another person's live, it also notifies like my
Yes.
people too. That's cool. Like
Yeah.
Instagram's stepping up, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Slowly
it's
but
getting there.
surely. It's crazy because YouTube has live now.
Oh
Obviously,
wow.
Facebook has live. Once I'm waiting for the time that Facebook and Instagram can merge together, so
Hmm.
you can concurrently do lives
That would be
on
cool.
both platforms. Yeah, that would
Right.
be great, but
Yeah,
we'll see if they ever do
for sure. For
that.
sure.
How's the weather out there?
Crazy today.
Yeah,
You're in Maryland too, right though?
I moved. So I
Oh,
moved to
really?
Vegas. Yeah, I moved a year ago.
Oh, snap. Congrats. I thought I
Yeah.
saw you training in like Maryland, so that's why I was confused. I thought you were around here.
Nope. Nope.
Wow. Okay, cool. So yeah, Maryland's crazy. Today it like stormed and then it's sunny and then it stormed again and now it's hot again.
I don't
So
I don't miss that at all.
yeah, bunch of how's Vegas though?
It's hot. It's been hot since about May. So we stay in
Yeah?
the hundred. Yeah, we stay in the hundreds. But it's a desert.
Oh nah.
So
Nah, it's a
so
lot
you get kind of used to it after a while.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
So we'll
imagine.
go ahead and get started.
Cool.
Introduce everyone to you, especially people who don't follow you. Taryn Durant, fitness specialist, Herbalife specialist out of Baltimore, Maryland. So I call it my hometown, but I did live there for 20 years, but not originally from there. But that's okay. Being
Hmm.
from there, love it. One quick question: do you prefer the
Sure.
east side or the west side?
I don't know. See, I was just planning about moving to California with my girlfriend, and now
Okay.
we're thinking about maybe staying here for a little bit longer. I
Oh
don't
no, but
know,
I'm talking
honestly.
about I'm talking about in Baltimore in general, east or
Oh, I
west.
see, I see. I don't really know, honestly. I'm in Canton. I couldn't tell you. I
Oh,
don't I
okay.
don't know
Well,
the
there you
differences,
go.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
I
that
thought you
works
meant
out for you.
Cali, Maryland.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Well, anyone would prefer the West Coast over the East
Right.
Coast. I
Yeah.
mean, well, it really depends how you are.
Hmm.
So, but that's good. All right. So, getting started, I always ask people, growing up, did you ever deal with any weight issues, whether being too small, too big, or things that you had to overcome as you were or when you were younger?
Of course. Yeah. I think a lot of people who get into fitness were either underweight or fat,
Hmm.
for lack of a better word, overweight or underweight.
Hmm.
I think that the journey of kind of reconstructing yourself is very powerful and it's very empowering. So for me, yes, I struggle with my weight. I think I want to say like kind of my entire life. I want to say, my family is pretty heavy set. Like all the
Okay.
women in my mother and my father's side have had gastric bypass surgery. So this
Mm,
is, 300 plus, type family members. So growing up in that, just eating everything, not really having the healthiest relationships with food. It's kind of like eating till you're stuffed and then let's go for more and then let's have
right.
dessert and then we eat dessert when we watch the TV. So yeah, I've always been like, I would say even like in middle school, I was like 160, 180, something like that. And then just kind of always toggling,
Right.
either pretty thick or I'm athletic build, or I'm pretty thick or I'm athletic build. Even when I played basketball in college, even then, one year I am lean, next year
Mm,
I am, what's going on? You're 20 pounds
right.
overweight. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just having that struggle of your relationship with food and your relationship with yourself and,
Mm,
impulse control. I've always struggled with. But I think that also makes me who I am too. Like I think it's it's coming from an authentic place where I can relate to people
okay.
who depend or who have certain associations with, when I'm sitting in front of TV, I have to be munching on something, or if I'm sad, I have to be munching, or this emotional, roller coaster in relationship to food. I've definitely dealt with it my entire life. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's understandable. So in that sense, then how did you get into fitness? Like, what actually pushed you into to wanting a fitness lifestyle?
Yeah, so I think, playing sports in college, I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I loved it. I
Mm,
loved, we were exposed to different things. I played basketball at Fordham, right, in New York.
mm,
So we had like a nutritionist on deck. We had a preseason coach. We had a weight room trainer, who also competed in powerlifting. So I had all these influences and I was just kind of like taking it in. And I really loved it. But I think, my mindset was more so in therapy. I was a therapist, right? So I did
mm,
mental health therapy as a career not too long ago. But I think what really got me back into fitness, honestly, is uh, again that roller coaster. I was up again, hitting
yeah.
220, which was my highest weight, and just you hear these stories of fitness people like, I used to lie on my license, right? I did that like on my license
Mm.
today. I told them I was like 30 pounds under what I actually was. It was just kind of
Right.
like that shame and that embarrassment. And just the feeling of not feeling like I'm doing myself justice,
Mm.
really put a fire, I think, underneath me to, get my life back and start my journey. So yeah, I want to say just honestly hitting a low and in
Right.
having that low, it was a lot of unhealthy ways of coping too, a lot of eating, emotional eating, which, of course didn't help the weight gain. And then
Right.
the drinking, the binge drinking, and just all these different things that I was doing and stress on my body. I finally just woke up and I was like, yo, this is enough, Taryn.
Right.
You gotta do better. You know what I mean?
Got to
So
get it together. Yeah, no,
yeah,
I understand.
yeah.
So I was asked this question last week, and I thought it's a great question to bring to the table, especially talking with other fitness specialists, but especially coming from an overweight background and having family members who are overweight. But when did it become kind of a health thing for you rather than a vanity thing? I think sometimes when we start off as being overweight, we want to look like everyone else. We want to wear the clothes that everyone else
Yeah.
is wearing. So that's kind of what drives us. When did that switch over for you, or has it always been
Mm.
about being healthy?
That's a really good question. I will say no, it hasn't always been about being healthy. There
Okay.
was a lot of vanity in it in
Hmm.
the beginning of my journey.
Yeah.
I was very insecure and not confident. That I wanted to be super confident. I wanted to, date and feel confident approaching women. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to
Hmm.
feel good in doing that. I wanted to, wear clothes that felt right in my body. I wear men's clothes, right? So obviously, being built a woman, but wearing men's clothes,
Right.
it kind of fits differently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wanted to, have a muscular physique and still feel confident in my womanhood. And it
Mm.
just wasn't working. So I wanted to fit the clothes and it look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like how I
Yeah.
saw maybe a mannequin, wearing it, or my friend wearing it who's, thinner or whatever. So it was a lot of that, to be honest. And then when did it switch? I think it's just I got addicted. I got addicted to
Yeah.
fitness. I think it really turned into a lifestyle where it was more of a journey of self-love, as opposed
Okay.
to I want to do this journey so I can feel more attractive, so I can attract this into my life, right? It was more so, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds so I can run and feel good, or I want to eat better because, after I eat these type of meals as opposed to this type of meals, I don't need to take a nap right away. You know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like
Hmm.
I'm choosing higher for myself because I deserve it. And I think that came after maybe like 3 months of being on a journey, right? So in the
Right.
first, 2 weeks, I'm sure as you know, it's like
Yeah.
hard, right? You're
Yeah.
trying to make it a habit. It's
Yeah.
tough to get up and when it's brand new, I don't want to work out, I don't want to eat well. And then after, that first month, then it's like kind of a habit, like, oh, I kind of want to do this. And then after
Hmm.
like 3 months, it's just a lifestyle, then it's like, this is just what I do because this is what I do. And this is who I am.
Yeah.
So I think when it became a part of my identity, that's when it switched to more of a health thing as opposed to I'm doing this for looks.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people are asking, or they, we always get a lot of comments and people talk about they want to tone up. Um, that seems to be the biggest thing, especially. I'd hate to say that summer is canceled now, but we're moving out
Yeah.
of those summer months. But I was going to ask you, as far as workouts are concerned, what is your preference when it comes to working out? Do you like a full body workout? I do muscle isolation. I was built off a bodybuilding type thing, or do you
Yeah.
prefer HIIT workouts? What preference do you have? And for the people out there who are asking about toning up, what suggestion would you give for them as far as workouts are concerned?
Yeah. So I think I'm very much so like you. I had a
Hmm.
very Olympic style in college,
Okay.
so a lot of
Yeah.
like, a lot of Olympic compound lifts. So
Yeah.
I do more so like muscle isolations. I may do split like shoulder, biceps, whatever.
Hmm.
But it's always directed, right? It's never like a full body type thing.
Yeah.
HIIT workouts, I think they're amazing. I don't personally do them often.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think they're great,
Right.
but I'd much rather run long distance or something like that and then train really hard, than a HIIT workout for me personally.
Okay.
And as far as toning up, I think it really depends. Like I know you know this, like it really depends on the person's like body fat composition or whatever that
Hmm.
means, right? Because I think when people hear tone up, I think people hear it very differently, right? So
Correct.
tone up for me is decreasing your body fat percentage, through proper nutrition, cardio and exercises, of course, weightlifting, resistance training, and then building it back up. That's toning for me.
Yeah.
Whereas, somebody who, let's say one of my aunts, who maybe is hanging around 300 pounds, and she says to me, hey, I want to tone up. Obviously, you can't build muscle on top of fat. It's not going to show. It's not, going to be exactly what you want. So you're going to want
Right.
to, decrease that first and then increase it. And I think as far as toning up, 80% is in nutrition. You know what I'm saying? If you learn to eat better and eat sustainably, right? So not super restrictive or anything like that. Just maintain a healthy, active lifestyle. It's gonna happen naturally. You know what I'm saying? I think it's not just all in the gym. Of course, that helps and that's amazing. But if you don't have the eating right, nothing else is really gonna flow. So I think that's the biggest tip I can give somebody is focus on what's on your plate first before you put, what I'm saying, plates on a barbell or plates on a, you know what I'm saying, anything
Right.
like that. So yeah.
No, you bring up a good point because I know people ask me all the time, how do you lift? What's your what are you looking for as far as your goals? And tone up, when we hear tone up, we hear getting lean,
Yeah.
that definition type thing, whereas some people will be like, oh, I'm just trying to get rid of my stomach, trying to get rid of my belly. But
For
that's a very
sure.
good point because obviously everyone's going to be different. And you went right into my next question was going to be how important is nutrition for your workouts? And
Yeah.
and pretty much you'll agree that we always say that it's 80% your diet, 20% working out.
For sure.
Um, and
Yeah.
someone had asked here, because I was going to ask you too, what is your diet like? Someone had asked, do you do any fasting? I'll say for me, I do intermittent fast right now, so I only eat between the hours of 12 and 8, and that
Hmm.
it actually keeps my energy up. I don't get hungry, and it's actually curbed my appetite a little bit better. But
Yeah.
what about you? You know, what's your diet like? Do you ever prescribe to anything like that, like fasting?
Yeah, so I don't. I mean I think fasting is amazing, but I don't speak on anything that I haven't done my research in or I haven't
Hmm.
experienced myself because it would be wrong for me to say, hey, fasting doesn't work or fasting does work. I
Right.
don't know enough. But I do know from my experiences and what I, learned from other people and the little research that I've done, fasting can be amazing for a lot of people, right? It can be incredible to minimize calories, to, like you said, use the energy and burning it effectively, right? Because that's kind of what all weight loss is, right? Anything kind of works as long as we work it. Calories out obviously has to be a little bit more than calories in, right?
Yeah.
So fasting works. Eating often works. All these different things can work for sure. For me and my clients, what I recommend is actually speeding up the metabolism. Now, if a client does approach me and they're like, hey, I do fasting, I'm like, yo, that's amazing. This is how we can make this work. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Always. But what I
Oh, so
do
you
recommend,
work what they might do already into your program or their program that
sometimes,
you,
yeah.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
if somebody of course is adamant, right?
Mm,
I want to learn more. Okay, how long you been fasting? How's your results on your fast, right? Because you can do fasting really wrong too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
You could,
very, yeah.
for the 8 hours or 6 hours that you're eating and you're
If
just
you
eating
don't have
junk.
them, yeah. If you don't have
Yeah,
them and you don't have them at the right
yeah,
time,
for
you're gonna
sure.
snack, yeah.
Timing, and also what nutrients you're getting during that
Mm,
time as well. If you're just eating carbs during your fast, it's not really going to work. Carbs
right.
have is so calorically dense compared to proteins and all these different things, right? So, for me, what I like to do is I get a lot of clients, and I'm sure you have seen this yourself, where people actually don't eat enough, right?
Right. Hmm.
People tend to think, okay, weight loss means restricting, means salads, means no carbs, means this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I found is a lot of my clients actually only eat once or twice a day, big meals, right?
Right.
So kind of could be sabotaging their metabolism. So what I try to teach is eating every 2 to 3 hours, right? So I do incorporate Herbalife nutrition into my nutrition, right? I love it.
Mm,
Been doing it the last 2 years. So I have a shake in the morning, right? Super calorically dense. We're not under 200 calories, but nutrient dense shake. 2 hours after that, a healthy little snack, rice cake, a little peanut butter or whatever, hummus, carrots, whatever it may be. 2 hours after that, a nice lean lunch, protein, complex carbs, veggies, a whole bunch of veggies, right? 2 hours of that, again, healthy snack. 2 hours of that, my final meal. So eating often so that my body is trained to know that, hey, I'm getting fed in an hour and a half or 2 hours, 2.5 hours, it's time to burn this off so I can get ready for the next one. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Mm,
So that's what I like to do. And I've seen a lot of success in my clients from that too. And I think it's more fun for my clients as well because it's like, wow, I get to eat, wow, I get to, oh my
yeah.
God, that's
Yeah.
how cool, because it's kind of counterintuitive. We're not really taught you should be eating in order to lose weight.
Right. No, I totally get it. And there's
Mhm.
two different, obviously, getting ready for a bodybuilding show. I looked forward to eating because it happened every 2 to 3 hours. So I was very
Yeah.
excited when I got to eat. And I was going to ask you about Herbalife because obviously you're in Herbalife and you do it and you distribute it. How big does that play a part into your diet specifically?
Yeah. So again, I know you know this. Supplements aren't food, right?
Mm,
So it's not like, hey, all I'm having is shakes. Nah, yeah, I just went through my meal. I'm eating, I'm having my snacks. But it does play a big part too, because sometimes the nutrients that we're missing, right? A lot of people, especially because fast food diets are crazy,
right.
takeout is so prevalent. Starbucks is kind of like the American dream when it comes to breakfast, right? People are deficient in so many key areas of their nutrition, right? So Herbalife is a convenient way to get that boost of nutrition, right? In a quick shake, or whatever product you're choosing, or if you need energy, clean teas that we have, or the protein coffees that we have. You know what I'm saying? All these different things to get that nutrients in your body. So of course, I'm using Herbalife to supplement my nutrition, whether it's weight loss or muscle gain or energy supplements or joint support or omega, 3 fish oils or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Hmm.
using those
Yeah.
products. But that's because I care. to fill in the gaps in my nutrition, you know? So
Now,
yeah.
do you believe in a cheat meal? There's two-part question. Do you believe in a cheat meal? And if you do,
Yeah.
what is your go-to cheat meal?
Oh yeah. Ooh, man, I can eat, man. Yeah, cheat meals are necessary for your
Yeah.
sanity, for your insulin spikes, for fat burning. It is needed. You know, I have one. If I'm really training hard, maybe I'll try one every 9 days, right? Or one
Mhm.
every 10 days, right? But I typically do one every seven, right? And my cheat meal, man, I'm telling you, I can get down on a pizza, right?
Okay.
If I can do it, I'm gonna eat, you know, a good sized pizza. I'm gonna have my favorite. I mean, if I could have a cheesecake with that too, pound on
Mhm.
the cheesecake. Um, that's kind of that's kind of it for me. Pizza is my
Okay.
favorite. Yeah,
Pizza, yeah.
yeah,
That's always been my that's I could eat a pizza. I could eat pizza every day, but
yeah,
I've really gone away with that, just kind of lessening my carb intake and stuff.
for sure.
But so on the mental aspect of it, how important is your mental health, especially with everything that's going on right now, to not only your workouts but
Hmm.
to your success in what you do? Because I know there are a lot of people who get started, and then they tend to give up because it might
Yeah.
be not difficult physically, but difficult mentally. So how do you prepare yourself for doing those things? And then
Hmm.
how do you continue it on to keep yourself motivated?
Yeah. I think it's really, really personalized. For me, right?
Mhm.
Motivation is I'm gonna be honest, motivation is hardly there. I mean, I'm sure you can agree to this.
Yeah,
Sometimes I don't want to go run. I don't want to
yeah,
eat well. I don't want to weight train. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to drink this water. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of I don't wants, but your goals don't care about that, right?
right.
So for me, like we spoke about earlier, you know, really making it past the first 2 weeks, right? Really making something a habit. I swear, if my clients can survive 2, 3 weeks of making this an act like a lifestyle, right? They're more likely to maintain this, right? Because they made it a habit. And making a habit is hard to break, right? So making it a habit and then turning it into a lifestyle, I think really, really can help the mental aspects, right? Because at a certain point, like it's no longer torture, right? It's no longer, man, I don't
Hmm.
feel like doing this, right? It actually
Yeah.
becomes like therapeutic. It becomes a part of you, right? Um, so I think that's one big thing, and also just getting it done. You know, even if sometimes you
Yeah.
don't want to. I know when I don't want to work out, like today, I didn't want to work out, but 2 minutes in, when the adrenaline and everything, endorphins start kicking in, and norepinephrine, dopamine is going out, you want it's fun. You're like, oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm in the
There,
zone.
there is no greater feeling than finishing a workout that you didn't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah,
It-
because now your mood is elevated, your energy's
yeah.
up. You want to work out again, right? If you can just make it through that resistance point, you know what I'm saying? Everything is golden. I think, and
Yeah.
I've seen it in my clients. They love it. They light up, and a lot of my clients are still killing it, a year, 2 years in, 3 years in, killing it, you know?
With COVID going on right now, and obviously I know people or things are starting to open up. Unfortunately, it's looking like we're possibly going back into a shutdown. I don't know. We'll see.
Hmm.
How have you been able to supplement going to the gym with the things that you might do at home? You said you run, or things like that. Just some little tips maybe for people who really aren't gym goers or
Yeah.
couldn't get to the gym right now.
Yeah, so I actually haven't been to the gym since the shutdown. So March,
Okay.
like couple like 3 months or something like that. I finally invested in some dumbbells, which I'm really proud of, right? So
Mhm.
maybe investing in some equipment, some resistance bands or whatever you choose, whatever, can make it happen for you, right? And I think as far as tips, I've noticed this, right? I think my motivation has taken a hit. So kind of talking about your previous question as well.
Mhm.
There's something about going to the gym. When you walk into the doors,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
smell, the everybody working out, it just gets you fired up, right?
Yeah.
So when you're at home, you kind of have to do it yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I think, maintaining a routine where, like, let's say you used to go to the gym at 12 or whatever, 2 p.m., whatever, still doing that. Maintain that routine. Oh, it's 11:30. I got to get ready for the gym. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get ready. Let me get my clothes on. take it downstairs or wherever you're going, you know what I'm saying, and still getting
Yeah.
it in. I think that's great. I think also, listening to motivational audios as well. So a great thing about my business is that we really, really uh encourage personal development, which I appreciate, right?
Mm.
So that mental aspect. So, listen to an audio that pumps you up, and then go hit the weights or go hit your cardio or whatever it is. I think that could help too, and just also being kind to yourself.
Yeah.
It's okay if your body changes. It's okay if you lose some muscle mass or if you don't feel motivated every day. That's okay. Just being compassionate, but at the same time, putting in work when you need to put in work. I think it's important too.
Definitely. To that motivation question, how important is it to you to have a partner that not only supports you, but also participates in that healthy lifestyle?
Yeah. So you talking about my girlfriend?
Yeah, or just in
Okay.
general, just it could be a friend, or an accountability partner that you can
Yeah,
text, those kind of relationships. But especially someone who lives with you is a great thing.
for sure. So yeah, I'll talk about that, and I'll also talk about my team too.
Mm-hmm.
So my girlfriend's amazing. She's very supportive. We entered each other's lives when I was already doing fitness. So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of, she understood this is kind of a part of my life. And she encourages me, of course, she
Awesome.
also encourages me to have fun too, which is
Yeah.
something that I need. Also, I need balance, which is
Right.
great, you
Yeah.
know? But yeah, as far as, me being able to cook my own meals sometimes, hey, I can't eat what you're eating today because I have to do this, or hey, I gotta go do this, 30-minute cardio or whatever, I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? She's very
Yeah.
supportive in that way, which is amazing. So I would say like having a supportive partner is huge to a fitness journey. It can either, keep you going, or it can completely kill a fitness journey or kill a
Mm-hmm.
relationship. And I think for anybody maybe struggling with a partner, I think getting them on board and making them understand, or opening the floor for them to understand how important this is to you, right? And I think if they see that you're serious, they're gonna, respect it and be like, hey, this is important to them. I care about them, so this is important to me. So I think that's as far as partners. It's super important, right?
Yeah.
Um, on the other end, my team, which is amazing too, my Herbalife team, we are super encouraging of each other. We have a group chat. It's amazing. We have a team group chat, like coaches, and then we have a big client chat, which is
Mm.
coaches and clients, and it's amazing. Every day, people are posting healthy recipes to help you through quarantine, or, encouraging other people, or telling people about different apps or different workout apps or cardio apps or whatever, or meetups. There's a lot of team members that I have that are in the DMV, or in Texas is a big hub for us too. In
Mm-hmm.
Miami too is a huge hub for us as well. So meeting up, hey, anybody in blah 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 park today? Oh yeah, cool, I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's
Yeah.
amazing, having a community that you can travel on this journey with together, is key. So yeah, those two things are big, because that
Awesome.
was
Now,
also, oh,
oh,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
No,
I was
no,
just
go
gonna
ahead.
say that was also one of my troubles too, because of course I started a fitness journey. I was on a fitness journey
Mm-hmm.
before my Herbalife journey. It was really hard. I
Mm.
quit a lot
Yeah.
because I was going on YouTube and I was looking at the hardest workouts to do, and I
Right.
was trying to do it, and I was like, man, I can't do this, and I quit 5 minutes later, and then
Yeah.
um, so it's really cool to be on a journey and progress as a team.
Awesome. Now, are you currently doing things, if people are checking you out and they're like, wow, this is really great. Do you currently train online, or how can people become a part of your team? Maybe they want some workout tips, maybe some Herbalife.
Yeah, so yeah, you can definitely follow my Instagram, which is literally my first name. So Taryn, I think my first and last name is pinned, so that's cool. So
Yep.
Taryn dot
Mhm.
Durant,
It'll
is
be
my
in the comments
Instagram.
as well. Yep, on the
Oh,
video.
cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, Taryn dot Durant is my Instagram, so you can check that out anytime. I post a lot of, I'm myself, you know what I'm saying? So I'm human. So I'm literally myself. I'm putting who I am on Instagram and in my stories too. Always giving content. And yeah, if you ever, want to get fit or want to join the Herbalife business and learn a little bit about the income, I have a link tree in my bio, which you can get to the job form, fill that out, and then I'll reach out to you on Instagram or via text or whatever. And yeah, we can do it.
Awesome. Now, as we close up here, I always ask people to leave somewhat a gem with our viewers, kind of on your
Mm,
philosophy. Whether it be fitness, life, kind of just what's going on right now. Anything
hmm
that you'd leave our viewers with, just kind of just from your brain.
Yeah, this like instantly came up.
Mm,
I think something that's really cool when you're on a fitness journey is to think of yourself like a Rocky film. Oh
oh,
man.
gonna have,
Oh
oops,
man,
you're
I'm
gonna have to
sorry.
start it. We lost you there for a second.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
there you
lost you.
go.
I lost you too. Okay, cool. So 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 something I'm gonna start over. So something I think that's really cool when thinking about a fitness journey is thinking is viewing it as almost like you're in a movie, right? Like
Mhm.
you're in a Rocky film, right? I think that's the best thing to think about. Like, I think it's so cool to think about, yo, I'm about to do this run, and this camera man's over here, and I'm in this film, and almost like viewing yourself becoming a superhero, or viewing
Yeah.
yourself like becoming your own like hero story, because I think that's a great way to think about it. I think sometimes it's really hard to stay in a fitness journey because we're so hard on ourselves. Like,
Hmm.
man, I'm 300 pounds. How did I get like this? It's so hard to do this. It's so hard to run. It's so hard to hit these stairs. You know what I'm saying? But if you
Hmm.
think about it, like, man, I'm 300 pounds now, but by the end of this film, it's gonna be crazy, right?
Yeah.
If you just think about yourself, like you're developing that inside yourself, I think it's so fun. Because also think about it too, like no film is fun without a little testimony, right? No film is
Hmm.
fun without a little
Yeah.
shakeup. You gotta be in the resistance to really have an amazing outcome. And I think that's fun. I think that's a switch that you can have. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. You're your own movie, and you're the star of your own movie. So make it amazing. You can do it.
Awesome. Well, Taryn, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to put your tag, your Instagram
Cool.
down in the comments on IGTV so they can check it out. And if you want to join our team, the link is in the bio.
All right, man. Yo, thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
It's a pleasure, and I love what you're doing. I
Yes,
really
thank you
do.
so much, Taryn. We'll chat after this.
All right, have a good
All
one.
right. Bye. So I'd like to thank Taryn Durant out of Baltimore for joining us this evening. This Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, I'll have Jules Poughton on. I want to say Patton, but it's Poughton. He's from Texas. Just opened up, or I shall say, just unveiled his new brand. So he's very excited about that. He is a personal trainer. So very excited to talk to him about that. Also debuting this Friday on the YouTube channel, which will be debuting itself, Focus Health and Wellness, is my documentary called Who Am I? The Journey to Finding My Focus. So a lot of people have always wondered who I am as a person. Well, now you get to find out. There's no special effects. There's no pictures. It's just me sitting down and telling you a story. And the story just happens to be about me. So that will be debuting as well on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I don't know why I can't speak today. But other than that, I hope everyone has a great Wednesday. Have a great rest of the week. Hopefully short weeks for some people for whatever holiday is coming up. I'm not going to announce it, but yes, we understand. But other than that, have a great evening. That's it. I'll see you guys on Friday.